Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Zara Berserk, to keep reminding you that this is a false religion, Islam, and a false prophet, and there's much at stake. So, need to leave this religion for the betterment of the entire world, human beings, and humanity, because there are very harsh punishments also for leaving this religion once you find out it is a false religion and things have doubts about the Quran. When you go to ask Quran experts, they might try to tell you through their own eyes, and you can see how even the Quran experts have failed, and those who know Arabic have failed to see that this Islam is a false religion, and Prophet Muhammad is a false prophet. Now, yesterday, as Brother Salahuddin, the Muslim brother Salahuddin came, I don't know why Saudi Arabia, I get these, so I would, request Saudi Arabia to send me a better person. And Arabs, please, UAE, Qatar, all of you, GCC countries. So, for the sake of humanity, we are here. I'm here. I hope you are here too. Although one or two Saudis, some Saudis may not believe killing is good, in a religion, and you believe that your religion says don't kill. And you look at the good ayats, you give me Surah Kafirun, and in the other one in Surah Baqarah, Ayatul Kursi. There is no compulsion in religion. Truth stands out clear from error. And then, some other ayats, and you may say that these were defensive words. You may see these violent verses as not violent. You may see the threats not unjustifiable against the Ahl Kitab. But there's a danger that you don't see. Although you may think it's good for humanity to change, tell them about Islam and teach them and bring them to Islam through threats. Now, whenever it was in that surah, which, what surah was it and what ayat was it? For the Ahl Kitab, deface them, obliterate their faces. Here it is, Surah Nisa ayat 47. So you would say, this is right, but that is your opinion, isn't it? Because there's a danger in this. The danger is that his using Allah, he could have, first we need to see, okay, maybe you say that first we need to establish that he's a true prophet or a false. I need to establish that because the burden of proof to establish it is on me now. But initially it's on him to establish beyond reasonable doubt that he is the true prophet, right? So now it's on me, okay? So let's suppose if he turns out to be a false prophet, this kind of verse has the danger that he could have, threatened others, right? And what the Jews had at that time and what the polytheists had, although this is not for the polytheists, but there are ayats against the polytheists that they also have no proof and they follow false prophets, false gods they worship and all. So, but I see what you do not see here. You see what Shaitan said. Now, there are worse human beings than Shaitan. In one ayat we are told, right? I see what you do not see. I fear Allah, and the punishment of the fire is great. So that verse. So also about evil, I was going round and round. You see how in that verse, I've diverted from my point here, but still, just to tell you that, yes, since it's come out that the problem of evil is sometimes the ayat says not in shaitan, but in the people themselves. They are worse than shaitan. So I don't know what made them worse than shaitan. But you see, I was confused, the problem of evil. So I can see negativity. What I've experienced, I can believe in because I experience it a lot. So and that's why I'm saying a problem of evil. I believe in evil because I experience it. There was a time in my life I didn't believe in that there was any evil. If you have like the Western reading Western books and all this, and now reading Jiddu Krishnamurti, I don't think we need a prophet even. These prophets sent in Judaism, Jerusalem, Egypt. This, so I don't believe in sending prophets. Guides, maybe, where we have been lost, like Jiddu Krishnamurti said in his book, where have we taken the wrong turn? The ending of time with a dialogue with David Bohm. So we can look at it like that instead of imposing and strict and having a prophet. A prophet, now, this also, okay, so now back to this. A prophet, a messenger sent by God, I don't believe in anymore. Since some Muslims come here and they have like Salahuddin, brother Salahuddin, and has said that the Iranis don't even know Arabic, but translations are there. I gave him reasons, but one reason was that Prophet Muhammad sent letters to the kings, foreign kings. Another thing is, think about it, right? You're not living with this prophet. Although the Shias will tell you that the Imams and you recognize even his progeny, like you recognize your sons, you can use that ayat for the Imams too. But our Imam, the 12 verse Shias Imam is in occultation, and maybe you can't even live with them because you remember that ayat, Surah Azab ayat. That invited for dinner, lunch, or whatever, then they should leave, not linger on. But these polities, gurus, and all, you go to the ashrams and you live with them, and you see their behavior. So that's a different matter. But this one you cannot live with, even have dinner with, and linger on. Now, we were told, now stated in Surah Azab ayat. So you say that we don't know Arabic, so how can we understand? And we could make mistakes and all this. But then I tell you that he even sent letters to the kings, and how can he how can the kings know? Because Persian king, Byzantine king. So here we have an article: Byzantine king, Persian king, what king? They don't know Arabic, and can you even live with him? Sorry to put it this way. Letters. So this is the Shia site, a restatement of the history of Islamic countries, and you can see which neighboring countries: the Persian king, the Byzantine emperor, Bithynia, the governor of Egypt, Ghazanid prince, and a chief of the Banu Hanifa in southeast Arabia. Okay, he may know Arabic, inviting them to Islam. So it's not only in the message movie that I saw a long time ago, but even the Shias believe in this history. Muhammad was God's messenger, not only for the Arabs, but for the whole world. You see? Whole world. So if you come here and tell me that Iranians don't know Arabic, thus they're leaving now, and that you're the one who knows Arabic, then this is unjust of the Prophet to do, to send letters. And the whole Quran was not even sent on him, like it was, sent by piecemeals. And they haven't even lived with God's messenger. So you don't know how he is, who he is, what he is. So think of that also, the point. And brothers, Arab brothers, leaders, rulers, please, this is for the sake of humanity. Cooperate, send me a reasonable man, religious scholar, who understands reason, looking at it from all sides. The person is blind to these things. He's only saying, repeating, since he's come here, that I don't know Arabic, you should read the whole Quran. Then why didn't he tell the kings to read the whole Quran? I'm sending you the Quran, read it. About the time of the campaign of Khaybar. Now some of them don't even know the Quran, don't even know him as a person. Right? So please, even now, you don't know him. There are ridiculous things written about him. Fondling with wives and all this, disgusting. So, do you know him? If he comes in your dream once in a blue moon or something, right? So you don't know him, this prophet. And you're deceiving, cheating, ummah, people, world, round. How will you do your dawah to a British man? Send him the Quran in what? His language, right? Translation. Or you'll have to teach him Arabic from, nursery. Alphabets, this, that. So please see this, that you'll be wasting someone's life like that. Also, teaching, he will have to learn Arabic. How long will it take him? It's not his mother tongue. Why waste his time? We don't even know the Prophet Muhammad. God knows if the polytheist chief leaders over there at his time said this, leave us. When you are invited. Now, he's got so many wives or something. I was told this verse came down when he got married to Zainab bin Josh, and Shia told me this. When invited, Surah Azab. Now, only when you are invited. What verse is it, ayat? But when you are invited, enter. And when you have taken your meal, disperse, without sitting for a talk. Now tell me, do you know him? So, many things like you don't have to know the Quran to know this is a false prophet fully. And all the ayats. You just read a few and use your mind. Surah Yunus, ayat 100. Surely, Allah is saying that I put abomination on those who do not use reason. Right? So please send reasonable people here to me. And do not depart from the logic and Quran and the Sunnah. Sometimes we need to read the verses, yes. So I've chosen which ones to read in context, yes. But the reason why I would not read, even if the Quran ayat is against these Bedouins in Surah Fat at this time, what they said, we need to, you see how the Shias, maybe I learned from the Shias and I went on like this. You see, you're going to give me a Surah Tawbah ayat against these Bedouins, but at this time, these Bedouins, there's always a time and a place for everything, right? As you say, as they say. Now, Surah Fat ayat, if you're going to jump to Surah Tawbah ayat, they've become Muslims, these Yathrib people, and you need to go step by step. Instead of telling me that I have not read these ayats about the Yathrib Jews in context, you'll jump to Surah Tawbah ayat. Don't do that. That's not right. You know why? Because the example, because this now you say that these are a different category of hypocrites. And maybe these were now initially maybe they even fought, if you say, read in context. They even fought Prophet Muhammad, but now they have become Muslims, Mu'min, believers. So you can't apply the previous ayat to them when you also say that some ayats were abrogated. Sunni Islam. Right? Now it's a different scenario here. So don't tell me that I haven't read this in context or that I should look at another ayat. The scenario here is that those who remain behind, this is 11th ayat of Surah Fat, now they have remained behind, but they now had accepted Islam, right? Who are those who remain behind? Footnote. See Surah Tawbah at 81. Because we just need to see why I want to go to Surah Tawbah at 81 and see the footnote is that these Bedouins, who are they who remain behind? Okay, so let's go to Surah Tawbah. But just for the sake, sometimes, for the sake of, going fast, at times, I would not do this, Surah 987. Okay? So, they were satisfied to be with those who stay behind, and their hearts were sealed over, so they do not understand. They prefer to be with women who remain behind at home. Their hearts are sealed. They prefer to be with women. So there was a time when Prophet Muhammad, the expedition of Tabuk, told Ali to remain behind and take care of the women and his people, women folks, right? So this is unjustifiable against the Bedouin Jews. This ayat does not say that they fought in the first place. Now please erase that. And they are hypocrites and they just accepted Islam. Of course, if you're going to tell the Ahle Kitab before we obliterate your faces, maybe that's what I'm saying, that it could be, look at it, do a research like this, that the way I've done it, I've been showing you. Get out of your cocoon, that mindset, brainwashed, prejudiced, biased. And yes, you need to do the research like this. So please, because a lot is at stake. They were satisfied to be with those who stay behind, and their hearts were sealed over, so they do not understand. Right? Footnote guy. I don't see the footnote in any of these ayats. Sorry, maybe my eyes are. You see? No. I'm looking. Maybe in another translation, I would get the footnote. Now, you see, just pressed with time, so I'm not the one deceiving you, please. See this. When a surah comes down, enjoining them to believe in Allah and to strive and fight along with His messenger. Oh, very good. Those with wealth and influence among them ask thee for exemption and say, leave us behind. We would be with those who sit at home. They don't want to fight. Strive and fight along with, let me see, strive, wajah, the messenger, with the messenger, strive, with and with his messenger, surah, strive it says. So, excuse me, Shias, Imam Hussain said you can leave. You are exempted. Did Yazid force him, cornered him to say that? No. His grandfather's religion, the Quran ayat says, and what did our Imam say? If our sayings and doings, acts, are against the Quran ayat, or do they have changes, innovations? They can make innovations. Has God given them the power to make innovations? Then can you blame the Bedouins? Because this ayat is against the Bedouins. And Imam Ali was left behind in the battle or expedition of Tabuk. Oh God. So I sound a correct tea lesson. Sip of my tea. Oh, it's finished. No, some is left. Now it's finished, kind of. Okay, now you see this. So this, right? And when a surah was revealed, enjoining them to believe in Allah and to fight with His messenger, those of wealth among them asked your permission to stay back and said, leave us to be with them who sit at home. Look at the way it is put, sit at home. So it is right of, because this is what they are inviting, right? Nor let their wealth nor the following in sons dazzle thee. Allah's plan is to punish them with these things in this world. Okay, so let them be, and that their souls may perish in their very denial of Allah. So who are these Bedouins? They don't seem like to be Muslims. Okay, now with this ayat, Surah Fat. So here it says, and when a surah, no, it's enjoining, but they were satisfied to be with those who stay behind, and their hearts were sealed. But the messenger and those who believed with him fought with their wealth and their lives. Those will have all that is good, and it is those who are successful. You see the fallacy here. Do you see it? For you this, for them this, and you can't. Sorry, I wish I knew how to tell you that you can't rely on these ayats. When a surah comes down, enjoining them to believe in Allah, when a surah comes down, enjoining them to believe in Allah, they already believe in Allah. You said they were Muslims, I thought. In Surah Fat, the Badu Arabs. Anyways, and to strive and fight along with His messenger. Those with wealth and influence among them ask thee for exemption. Now I've come racing here without taking breakfast, but I had some chips. So let's see, I'm kind of tired, but I'll have to go to now the multilingual Quran for the commentary under this. Who were those Yathrib Jews? People, were they Muslims? That they don't want to believe in. So let me see, Surah Tawbah ayat 86, multilingual Quran. This is my life, you see. And I'm stuck on this. And I'm slow. God help me. And God help you. So as much as I enjoy doing this, showing you that this is a false prophet and a false religion, and the Quran ayats, does that make sense? I hope it's not boring for you to go through it for 1 hour or even 2 hours. 86. For your own good. Sometimes the last part is the best part of this whole live stream. And whenever a chapter is revealed, saying, believe in Allah, the possessors of opulence in their utter cowardice and extreme impudence, utter cowardness, used to stay at home like women folk, and because of their habits. What about household people we've learned from? Hindus. Like they're gurus, they're different kinds of people. Businessmen used to stay at home like women folk. And because of the habits of cowardice and hypocrisy, their hearts were sealed. Refer to the commentary of Surah Baqarah at 8 to 20. Aka Mehdi Puya says the verses of the surah, the last revealed in Medina, indicate that the number of the hypocrites was steadily increasing. Good. I mean, can you blame them? Because they were also threatened. So now you see, if a commentary is telling us, or if an ayat is telling us that there are hypocrites, a lot of hypocrites, can you blame them? Because you see, again, I'm telling you, even for their own good, you cannot threaten them because they will not be. You see, you realize the implications psychologically also of threats given for your own good. You see now why the Shia say he had the worst hypocrites, but now I can understand why he had the worst hypocrites and so many hypocrites. Because now I understand after like 50, after, yeah, okay, let's say after 50 years, I understand that the psychology of threats. Now I understand when I left Islam, and when I was like, okay, they're going to try and coax me and cajole me and all this, right? What will happen when you try to do that on me? With heart, I will not embrace Islam, right? I will embrace Islam because I'm tired. You harassed me so much. Not Qadia. I'm so tired. Okay, let it be, My father is my bread. I can't even work. I'm weak, faint-hearted. You made me so tired. Do you think I'm going to embrace Islam through the heart? No. So can't you see this? The psychology of threats. OLA Kitab. So of course hypocrites are going to come up. You are making hypocrites. I want to cry. Don't let the Western people cry for you. In Shia Islam also, I didn't know for a long time. I thought you could leave Islam if you wanted to. It was no big deal. That is what I loved, that my religion doesn't force anyone. Once you are in it and you want to leave Islam, you are not confined to, it depends on your gender what the punishment is. So for men, for women, different punishments, and I saw that. Fitri and milli or whatever it is. So there's a punishment. And if you say anything against Islam, even for the non-Muslims, there's a punishment. But haq pe bol rahe hain na, justified what they're saying. It's justified. So you see here you have failed. पहले ही कदम पे आप लोग फेल हो गए. मेरा रिसर्च बता रहा है, my research is saying कि on the first step you have failed. Excuse me, I'm just putting something in my mouth, sweet. Sorry, excuse me. So let's see how far I go with the lack of energy as I wake up. Even then, I don't recuperate. I have not rested, I feel. But I do this because sounds will start, work will start, daytime. Before all that starts, I've come here, and please bear with me. I hope you don't find this boring or unreasonable or unjustifiable. Definitely they're going to. Have you, see, if you have gone through that, you will know. Hypocrites, he got the worst hypocrites and enemies of Islam. Excuse me. Now what is it? So here, how do you people reason? Quran ayat, Surah Nisa. The Holy Prophet, oh God. So I took from all Muslims at covenant. Now, so continue to multiply during the next 2 years. Particularly after the covenant, the Holy Prophet took from all Muslims. Sunnis also see this. Now, my good Sunnis, like Mrs. Munira Gulsar, Fikri family, reasonable, civilized, in a civilized manner, please come here for humanity's sake. See this. You will thank your lucky stars, or something. How shall I say it? Right? Excuse me. Still in my mouth, the sweet thing I'm chewing on. So Muslims at Ghadir and Shias also, my dear brothers, sisters, it is not right. So how can I say it's right when it is unreasonable and I see it? And I would like to show you, and I'm trying to show you that this is not right. So please don't coax and force people. And please, also with your souls, we were told if you don't feel like praying namaz, you have to force yourself. read Jiddu Krishnamurti. Maybe your dimag, your mind will open to new horizons, new ways. Read how the philosophers came to altruism. And when I was reading that in my logic and philosophy in college, I was like, oh, they have to work so hard and we've got it so easy on a gold platter. Imam Hussein sacrificed his life. And these philosophers like Kant, Immanuel Kant, and Hume, and all, you know. So, what is good for all, and what is good for the individual, and all this, about morals. But I think now I turn back on my words and I say, bravo, you did a hard work. So, however, they came to altruism, the philosophers, and logic. So, I loved logic because reason is my favorite also, justice, reason, logic, all that. And love above all. So, when it comes to love, reason betimes to check, that also I'm trying to discover. From Villette by Charlotte Bronte, that book I read long time ago when I had a break from school, separated from my teacher. So I used to read these books, literature books, right? Like Les Miserables, I read by Victor Hugo and all this. Love, you see, no reason. Pascal's saying, quote, love has its own reason, which reason at times is, bemused about. Like something like this, Pascal has said. So the river runs to the sea. This also I found out through a song, sorry. So Michael Bolton's song, this river, and Unchained Melody by Righteous Brothers. The river runs to the sea, to the sea. You can't stop this river. And thy will be done. Love, thy will be done. By Martika's Kitchens. Martika's Kitchens. Sorry, just get now. Martika's Kitchen. Yeah. Band. Singer. Love, thy will be done. So she doesn't say God, thy will be done, but she says love, thy will be done. And Khalil Gibran on love. In his The Prophet book. So do you see why now I got the answer why the hypocrites? And I knew this. I was telling Salahuddin in one of my previous live streams. Do you understand the psychology of threats? The effect, what happens? Hypocrites. You are making hypocrites. Hypocrites in the making. And this ayat says, so sorry, Shias, I had to depart from you. You see why? Where is it? Where was I going now? I forgot. Okay, so hypocrites and let's then just be here for a while. They don't want to fight. They are maybe businessmen, householders, men also, like, going to work, wanting to Just be with the family, work, possessors of opulence. If you go to Surya Mehta, fruits will be at reach. Let's see if I can find this ayat quickly. Fruits will be what? We were told at reach. That if Imam Ali was allowed to be the Imam, the believers would not have to work hard on anything because the fruits would be at reach, at your hands. That this ayat I had found a long time ago, and I keep losing it. The number, the fruits will be at reach. Can't find the ayat. It's on. Let me search for it here. Maybe quickly. Let me see if I can get it in. I had put it in my notes, but now I don't know which notebook it was in. Oh God, I'll have to search for this one. So fruits will be at reach. So Imam Ali would have been our spiritual, like Ismaili Imam. He gives. Those who take Allah and His Messenger and those who believe should remember that the party of Allah will be triumphant. Surah Maida 56. They'll be triumphant. Yeah. Zainab bin Josh was triumphant. Fruits will be at reach. No. Easy notes, please. Sorry, you'll have to bear with me here. Fruits will be at reach. Let me see. Did I've done more? I'm going through my old notes here. Surah Maida, let me see. Oh, you believe, make not unlawful the good things, those give to excess, but commit no excess. No, I can't find the coercion. Oh, no, I can't find it, sorry. So, what else is there now? You see, Battle of Tabuk, Imam Ali was left behind. Can't find this ayat, okay? So better leave it then. In the Battle of Tabuk, battle or expedition of Tabuk, this Hadith Manzilat, Imam Ali was left behind. Let me find it this way. Hadith se Manzilat. This is the Shia Hadith. And it's even written in the Sunni sources, Islamic sources, the Sirat, in the Sirat of Prophet Muhammad, is among the most famous hadiths narrated from the Prophet, which has been agreed upon by both Shia and Sunni scholars. This hadith introduces the position of Ali with regards to the Prophet and his primacy over other companions. It is a frequently narrated hadith, mutawatir, in the view of Shia scholars and among the people of Imam Ali's right to the caliphate after the noble Prophet. The hadith has been narrated from the Prophet in different occasions, the most important of which has been in the Battle of Tabuk. One of the most famous versions is noble Prophet addressed Ali and said to me, "You are like Aaron to Moses, except for there is no prophet after me." Cases of the narration. a different time, place, wordings, maybe source among Shia Sunni, but what was the event, right, behind this? Doesn't say. Tabuk. Aaron was Moses' vicegerent in his absence with full authority, and the Prophet gave that very right to Ali as documented in the narration when the Prophet said, "It would not be appropriate that I go to the battle of Tabuk, except you would be my vicegerent here." So, doubt in the authenticity of the hadith, some Sunni scholars have questioned the source of this hadith and have considered and consider as scarcely recorded. Okay, Shia scholars have so this is in this hadith were not. It would be mentioned in Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim. Moreover, Muawiyah, who was a fierce enemy of Ali, who had ordered others to insult and curse Ali, oh God, it goes on. So in the battle of Tabuk, Ali was left behind, right? So anyways, this minor thing, let me go another way then. Not minor, when it comes to major against these Bedouins, then I have to consider some stories from Islamic sources that are rejected by even Sunni and Shias. Like in the case of Surah Tawbah, Surah Azab ayat 36 and 37. And whenever a chapter is revealed saying, "Believe in Allah and strive hard along with His Messenger." Let me contemplate on this if I can find something. The hypocrites did not suddenly disappear after the Holy Prophet, as the Muslim historians give impression in their books, but took total control in their hands and deprived Ali and Fatima and their children, the progeny of the Holy Prophet, of their rights, persecuted them and killed them during their long reign. They prefer 87 verse after reading the commentary. They preferred to be with those who remained behind, and a seal is set on their hearts, so they do not understand. Allah has prepared for them garden great achievement. The defaulters from among the dwellers of the desert came to that permission, maybe, and they sat at home, who lied to Allah and His Messenger. A painful chastisement shall afflict those of them who disbelieved. The desert Arabs were of two classes. One of them, the weak-spirited, the timid-hearted, came to the Holy Prophet and gave him false excuses for their staying at home. And the other class, growing large every day, consisted of hypocrites. See commentary of verse 86 and 87 of this surah. It shall be no crime in the weak, nor in the sick, nor in those who do not find what they should spend. So, yes, the Shia say that they were lying, and the ayat also says they were lying. So, Shias explain why. They made lame excuses, and they were lying when their houses were not exposed, and they were hypocrites. The prohibition is not to pray for any hypocrite or infidel that dies, nor to stand at his grave. To pray is and never offer prayer for any one of them who dies, and do not stand by his grave. Surely they disbelieve in Allah and His Messenger, and they shall die in transgression. This verse refers to the hypocrites who stayed in Medina and refused to go with the Holy Prophet in the expedition of Tabuk 81. So when I was reading this ayat, I was thinking of Imam Ali, but I didn't have the commentary then. Whenever I read this ayat, the Quran only translation, without the Shia narrations and all commentaries, and my heart would like, what is this? Those who were left behind were glad on account of their sitting behind Allah's messenger, and they were averse from striving in Allah's way with their property and their persons, and said, do not go forth in the heat. Say, the fire of hell is more severe in heat. Would that they understand it. Please look at this. See? That's why I went to the battle expedition of Tabuk without even remembering this ayat. Now it's come 81 of Surah Tawbah. You see this? Why I went to Imam Ali. Imam Ali was also left behind, they say. It is in the Islamic history, whether you believe it or not. That's where the hadith se manzilat comes in. So these Bedouins were lying, Arab Bedouins. Okay. And Imam Ali, who was left behind. Imam Ali was left behind because Rasulullah told him, you stay and take care of my women. In the expedition of Tabuk. Sorry, I'm not looking. No one is there at the live chat. No comments, thank God for now. Battle of Mutta, in which the Muslims were defeated, was fought in September. I have to just put on my closer vision. Okay. The Arab freebooters must have found it very tempting to attack Medina. Fancy decline, but in summer, rumors were circulating in Medina that it were not the North Arabian. The Muslims were defeated. So God says, I'm with you. Muhammad, the Prophet of Islam, decided to take prevention action. Where is that Imam Ali in the battle of expedition of Tabuk? This is about Shias, where are you? Tabuk, where camel of Abu Dhar became incapable of walking. What is this now? Oh, the expedition to Tabuk was led by the Holy Prophet himself in his absence from Medina. The Holy Prophet appointed Ali as the governor of Medina. As such, Ali did not participate in the expedition. The hypocrites spread the rumor that Ali had been left at Medina because he did not bear the courage to face the Byzantines. This cut Ali to the quick, and while the Muslim force was still at Jorf. So you can read all this. The Holy Prophet told Ali that he was to him what Prophet Harun was to Prophet Musa. He summoned Abdullah bin Ubay and told him in plain words that if he or any of his followers tried to indulge in any mischief or spread any false rumor, he would cut off their heads. Cut off their heads. Fully satisfied, Ali returned to Medina. He summoned Alice, oh my God, you Shias are following a killer. Oh my goodness, what in the world is this? I think I need to take a break. Who has come here? Peter has come here again. Peter to apologetics. Good morning, Peter. We got off to a messy start last time. Yes, don't remind me. I was so. Hopefully we can. Yes, yes, sure. Of course. It's not like you are my enemy. Hopefully we can do better this time around. Yes, I was thinking of that. Peter to apologetics. Thank you for being here, brother. Much grateful. We make peace, and hopefully I will not be shouting at you like I did before. So please forgive me for that. The shouting, the raising of my voice at least, and the rudeness. So I'm so glad you came back, that I could apologize to you for the way I was talking to you. I really hope your channel grows, my sister in humanity. Oh, thank you so much, brother. I cannot tell you how grateful I am for this. You are a great person, wonderful person. God bless you so much, your family members, and I'm sure He has been blessing you and your family members without my prayers. Peter 2 Apologetic says, I forgave you long time ago, my friend. Oh, thank you so much for that. Thank you. It is so considerate, kind, generous of you. Beautiful brother. Thank you for coming back. Very brave, very courageous. I will try and promote your channel. I'm so, yes, please do. Not many are coming here, even the subscribers. And so thank you so much. Before Ramadan starts and we have too many prayers on, I want to finish this. So then you can just you freely you can download, you can sparingly share my work with others. I give you the authority for that. I give you permission for that. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I cannot say how grateful I am. So with all my sisterly love for you, salutations to you. Thank you so much for forgiving me. So, I was just going to go because I just cannot take this. That Ali was such a strict murderer, mass murderer, that they couldn't take false rumors against this, and yet against the Bedouin Arabs, they were hypocrites. That struck terror in the hearts of the hypocrites. Cut off their heads. Sorry, excuse me. So thank you, Peter, to apologetics. I'm so glad you came here. I cannot say, I can keep repeating this. God bless you and your family members and your friends and your country and your people a lot, always. I'm so glad you came here. My sisterly love, peace, harmony for you. I wish the best for you and your loved ones.